Step in the ring, no fear, all bite, hands up high. We train for this fight, bell gon' ring, it's war on sight. This is boxing life, this is fight night. Sweat on the floor, we grind, we climb. Every bruise on the body means we're on our time.
Red Corner Boxing. We're in the game.
Yes, guys, and welcome to Red Corner Boxing. You with Jam and Mr. Neutral, and we are here for the weekend preview. And we have got a couple of great cards to cover. We're only doing the one fight from the American card, Sebastian Fundora versus Thurman. But before that, we're going to be doing the Magnificent 7 card. We're just going to say we are proudly sponsored by EasyStories.com and theboxingfightzone.com. Check them out in the bio. You know what to do by now. How are you today, Mr. Neutral?
Very well, thank you, mate. And I'm looking forward to this weekend's bout of boxing, especially in Prediction League as well.
Absolutely, mate. Some great fights, some absolute fantastic fights. But we're going to start with the Mag 7, where most of the good fights are coming from. The Thurman Franklin headlines, of course, which is where we're going to start. So let's get straight into it, mate. Mo to the Thurman, Jermaine Franklin. What's your early thoughts or your pre-main event thoughts? Well, I know what your predictions are, but what's your thoughts on the fight? Do you still believe in what you said? Do you still think it's going to be Franklin getting tested, or do you think Moses is going to blow through him?
Many people are going for, this fight is a good test for Moses Atuma. Jermaine Franklin's been there with some real good guys, and but if you look at the fights he's been with, your Ditch Cores, he's lost to Dylan White, Joshua, and the guys he's beaten, apart from Ditchcore, have been real bad. And I know he's lost a bit of weight, but he's just too slow. And I think a barrage of punches in the first round will be enough for the referee to do a mercy stoppage. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, mate. And to be honest, he's came in quite heavy today as well at the weigh-ins. He came, I can't remember the exact weight, but he's came in quite heavy. A lot heavier than we expected because he looked really slim and svelte. He's actually come in quite heavy again. So he's not really heed the advice to stay active and stay thin and slip and keep out of the way of punches. I think he's going to come and try and go to war with Atuma. And if he does, there's only going to be one outcome, isn't there, really?
Oh, yeah. It's absolutely... Maybe he's got no option. Because he's got to think to himself, this guy's a southpaw, he's fast, he's very quick, very powerful with his punches. It must be tormented, what's going through the team and their mind and how to approach this fight. Maybe they're trying to old man him, deny him any room to unleash on him. But Moses Tuma's too quick. He's too quick for Jermaine to catch him. And I just think that, I can't see if he goes past 3, I'll be amazed. I really will. Because,
I'm pretty much with you, mate. And just to say as well, this is WBA International and WBC Intercontinental titles are on the line. So there's some good scraps on the line. Just before we chop it up more, should we take a quick look at Atuma?
Yeah, why not? I'll show you how you are.
Itama is
you're going to see what I'm saying here, John.
And for obvious reasons, Richie, we're all following his career.
He throws over Franklin. Fish in the corner, unleashes them punches. The first thing you do is you hug there you go, guards up.
For the Itama family, and he has his sights set on the very top of the profession. Still 90 seconds in the round to go.
There's another example. That's just going to be Franklin again. When he gets you in that corner, he's going to be ruthless on you.
What a peach of a punch that first left typical was.
I'm not saying that Amin Kucheta is a high-class fighter.
This man, he is wanting to
will have to do a lot more work than he's done in his previous fights. Oh, get to that.
A shot. Many current fighters and former champions pretty much universally agree that Moses Itama
so comfortable with them counter
into a huge star
of
this future's tree.
Exactly. And Dempsey McKean's no slouch. Look at that.
That is a heap of a
I'm
shot.
sorry, it's good night.
Professional fight number 12 for the thrilling Moses Itauma. He's yet to lose anything, amateur or pro.
This is a great knockout against Balogun. Look at
This
that.
guy's on his feet.
What a fun.
You see the different ways he knocks his guys out.
That is exceptional quality, that is, from Moses Itauma. That one on Balogun at the end. What a slip shot that is. Slip counter shot as he's pulling away to generate that kind of power as you're dipping out of the shot. That is incredible, incredible power. This man is a behemoth.
Technique.
And yeah, it's,
Yes.
it's everything
It's
personified into neutral. It's everything good about boxing.
A wonderful analogy there. You know, is a behemoth of a boxer, and you saw the many examples of different ways he knocks you out. Whether it's that left hook that you saw there, or the right hand with Balogun, the overhand lefts. That when he gets you in that corner, and that's, if you look back at all the fights there, that's how he's best getting rid of you. And it to the referees, it just looks like a pure beatdown. But as you've seen there, even in the middle of the ring, he pulls out weapons that just annihilates his opponents. I've said before, it's going to take a lot better boxer than Jermaine Franklin to truly test Moses Itauma. I think there's only about 3 boxers in the world that could test him right now.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't disagree, mate. But he is tough, Franklin. Like you said, he's been the distance with AJ and Dillian White. You know, he beat the Olympian, Ditchko, last time. He's in form himself, the 989 assassin. Let's take a look at one of his most fun fights to watch.
You very much. Nice step up.
Yeah, this was a cracker there against
Moses
Itauma. Absolute cracking fight. Hell to lever at the time.
Not have to be as vicious as this. You have to be dead vicious. This opponent is letting Franklin.
That was a slugfest, that was, mate. A slobber knocker.
Judges Henry Grant and Alan Rubenstein both scored about 98.
Well, we know who wins it. Jermaine Franklin Jr., of course, got the win. That was a pure slobber knocker, weren't it? Wasn't that enjoyable, though, to watch? That was a fun fight to watch.
Aye, it's for the purists and the casuals. I like it. It's a decent fight to watch, but the purists will tell you that against this boy, he's not going to be able to do such things like that. He has to come out from round 1, and he's got to earn Itauma's respect. And if he does that, maybe he could take it longer than people think. But for me, this could be over in round 1.
Yeah, I agree, matey. I agree. I was very split on round 1 or round 2 in the prediction league. I went for 2 in the end because I just give Franklin a little bit more credit than getting took in the first. I think he's a little bit too aware to get took in the first. I think he'll come out cage there, but round 2, Itauma's going to say, I'm not having this, and just take him apart. And the ref's going to give it a stoppage. Whether he gets knocked out or not is a different story, but he's going to get stopped, in my opinion. So shall we move on to the co-main event? Willie the H-Train Hutchinson.
Let's do it.
Excuse me. Against Ezra Cannon Taylor. Great fight here for the WBO Global Light Heavyweight title. I'm a big fan of Ezra the Cannon Taylor. You know, he's quite local to me. He's decent. I know he's not fought that many top names yet, but obviously you've got to learn somewhere, ain't you? He beat Steve Woodall. He beat Troy Jones by UD. I can see him taking this, man. I don't know. I've got a feeling. Ninth round TKO, I believe I took in the prediction league. What's your thoughts on this one, Mr. Neutral?
It's a step-up fight, obviously, for Ezra. Willie Hutchinson's been in some real decent guys, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
You know, Matt Jeffers, Buatsi, Craig Richards. You know, he's been, especially at these Riyadh season events, he's featured in, you know, high-profile fights, bit of beef behind them. On this occasion, you know, he's toned it down. So, yeah, I think Ezra brings a little bit more of a clear and present danger in the knockout stakes because he's got a decent punch on him. So Hutchinson, if he gets his rhythm early, and you know, and takes Taylor into his fight, then it could be a long night for Ezra. I don't see Hutchinson stopping him, but I do see Hutchinson outpointing him. But if he stays disciplined, but I think Ezra will clock him at some point. He'll lose his manners. And Hutchinson's very vulnerable mentally for me in the ring. It's all about catching him. So Ezra Taylor's got a great opportunity here to pick up a good belt. Gateway
Yeah,
belt.
completely agree, mate. Completely agree. And about Willie as well, like you said, he can be got at. He can be got at. He's super confident when he talks, but when he's in the ring, when he gets hit, he doesn't like it. He does backtrack a bit. We've seen it in a couple of fights. Lennox Clark took him out, didn't he? A bit earlier in his career. He only lost a split decision to Buatsi.
Yeah.
You know, he's a very good fighter, Willie Hutchinson. I did enjoy watching Simon Jordan put him in his place, though. After you've done this, if you don't win, you're going to be boxing at Tesco. That's the only job you're going to have. That made my day, that, because Willie was giving it to Simon Jordan first. People are only seeing the clip of Simon Jordan saying that and saying, oh, he's never boxed, he don't know shit, blah, blah, blah. Willie was giving it to Simon first, and Simon came back with that. So I respect him for that. It was pretty funny. But anyway, back to the fight.
I did see
the
it.
Cannon
Yeah.
Taylor, mate, has just not been elevated to that level yet. Does not mean he's not good enough. Does not mean he doesn't belong there. It just means he's not had to step up yet. This could be the step up. The Troy Jones fight was a step up. He dominated it and won UD. He obviously had the last fight against Steve Woodall, who was a very tough and game individual. Yes, he was moving up in weight, but he beat him, and he beat him well, stopped him in the 9th round. And I'm going for the 9th round again. But like, the one thing that worries me is Ezra Taylor is a very slow starter to a fight. And if he starts too slow and lets Willie get 4 rounds ahead, Willie will just back up and just make it look easy. So I'm torn on this, but I stuck my neck out and went for Ezra.
Well, I've go for Ezra for a split. I disagree slightly that Ezra starts slowly because he gets Steve Woodall and Lamela. He only lost like 2 or 3 rounds between the two fights. You know, he's very high scores for the Woodall fight. He was got 2 99-91s against Lamela. The other 3 opponents since have been knockouts. So Willie Hutchinson, you know, for me, he'll probably try and start fast. But Ezra, I don't know. This, as I said, this step up for Ezra, you know, he's got to be good both physically and mentally in this fight. You know, and for me, it is a distance fight, and I've got Ezra on a split. I think Willie will start well, but I think Ezra will have his number by round 5, and then, you know, I think the sheer pressure from Taylor will take it in the end.
Fair play, mate. It's a fair shout. It's definitely a fair shout. Absolutely. Well, let's move on then to Shaquille Thompson against Brad Pauls. IBF international title at middleweight. You know, Brad Pauls is a friend of the channel. We love Brad Pauls, the Nuki Bomb. Shaquille Thompson, though, is unbeaten. 15-0-0, 11 knockouts. Southpaw, very tricky, very strong. But look through his resume. His best win is probably River Wilson Bent, in my opinion. He's not fought anyone like a former British champion in Brad Pauls who knocked out Nathan Heaney. So, I don't know, mate. It's a big step up for Shaquille, but at the same time, it's a tough test for Brad Pauls. It's a hard one to fall upon, isn't it? Hawkan says, Dr. Steele, wide unanimous decision.
Yeah,
So he's going for Shaquille Thompson.
Brad will take him.
I think your mic's just playing up a little bit, Mr. Neutral. I think your mic's just cut out,
That-
mate. It's like cutting in and out.
That was 2024, though. You know, since then. All right, okay.
Apologies for the sound problems, guys. Excuse me. Just losing Mr. Neutral for a moment. He's having a little bit of technical difficulties. But stick with us here on the preview show. He will hopefully be back joining me soon. But yeah, we're talking about Shaquille Thompson. 15-0-0, 11 knockouts against Brad Pauls and the Nuki Bomb. Live from the Magnificent 7 card in Manchester, coming up on Saturday night. It's Southport against Orthodox. Brad Pauls has only lost to Denzel Bentley and Tyler Denny. No shame in either of them defeats, both world-class middleweights. I know Tyler Denny just lost to George Liddard, of course. Doesn't take nothing away from him, though. All right, just 1 second, guys. Right, we've got 2 Mr. Neutrals on screen. There we go. Right, can you hear me now, bro?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Yeah, sorry, mate. Your mic was just ducking in and out. So we're on Shaquille Thompson, Brad Pauls.
Yes,
the IBF
Thompson.
Intercontinental fight. So what's your thoughts, matey, on this one?
Shaquille Thompson's unbeaten, as we know. Again, we don't know how good he's going to be. I think, you know, that if you look at his resume, it's a progressive one, you know.
Sorry to interrupt you, Neutral. DAZN have just officially announced boots against Xander Zayas.
There you go. What date?
They've just officially announced it. We broke the story earlier, but they've just officially announced it. I think it's June the 27th, though, and not June the 6th, as I said earlier. June 27th at the Barclays Center in New York.
I'm with you. Right. Good stuff. Yeah. As I was saying, it's a progressive Shaquille Thompson. We don't know how good he's going to be, so he's hard to gauge against a Brad Pauls. But Brad has, you know, been at British domestic level, European level, is a lot higher level than what Shaquille's been used to so far. So it's a good step up fight for Shaquille. It's a great comeback fight for Brad Pauls. However, I've got Shaquille to edge it. I've got Shaquille to edge it on a split.
That's I think Brad call, that's fair call. He's got the height advantage and the reach advantage, isn't he? He's a big lad.
Yes, he's going to out jab him for me. Brad, you know, he hasn't had a lot of activity, and I think a real high energy fight will take its toll on him in the later rounds. I hope I'm proved wrong, because he looks in fantastic physical shape. He always delivers himself into the ring in peak conditions. So I don't know. It's a real hard one. It really is. You know, because I love the progressive types, but I also love guys, you know, that we've had on the channel. And the Swib line, they got to do great performances. So, but I just think Shaquille's on the way up. His progressive rate is a lot higher. So I've got a split for Shaquille Thompson.
That's fair enough, mate. To be fair, mate, I don't blame you. A lot of people are saying the same. A lot of people have got Dr. Steele. Hawkan's the same. Most people are the same. I think I'm the only one, or one of the only couple, who took Brad Pauls in the prediction league. I'm just remembering Brad Pauls from what he was when he went and dethroned Heaney after the draw. Him and Heaney had that draw, and then he went and knocked him out in the 12th. That's the Nuki Bomb I'm remembering. That's the Nuki Bomb I want to see. He's had 3 cancellations in a row. He's coming hungry. He's coming ready. He might not have the height and the reach, but he's a little brawler, mate. And you've seen him. He's ripped. He's going to go in there and he's going to crack Shaquille on the jaw. And Shaquille's never had that. Like I said, his best win was River Wilson Bent, who's got like 3 knockouts in his whole career. That was his best win. Brad Pauls has knocked out the likes of Nathan Heaney, who's third on the line in this card. I just think Brad Pauls has been there, done that, bought the T-shirt, and he's going to buy another one off Shaquille Thompson. Let's go, Brad Pauls, the Nuki Bomb. But we're not biased here on Red Corner Boxing, of course. So big up Shaquille. Hope he does well.
I need the points.
Yeah, man, that's it, man. Got to go with a favourite sometimes, haven't you? Run the track lines. Right, let's move on to fight number 4, mate. So we're going now for Nathan Heaney, Brad Paul's old foe, and he's fighting the Welshman Jerome Warburton. Great fight here. You got 19-1-1 Nathan Heaney. He's only lost to Brad Pauls. He's only drawn to Brad Pauls. And we got Jerome Warburton 16-2-2 with 2 knockouts. And I'll start us off with this. That's my worry. Warburton has not got the power to keep Heaney off. I can see Heaney dominating this. Warburton trying. He looks in great shape. I can see him coming and coming and coming all night long for the whole 12 rounds. But I've just got a feeling Heaney might just have a little bit too much for him. What's your thoughts, brother?
Some real good points there. I personally think that Nathan Heaney's declining. God forbid. He's had some wars lately, Jams. You know,
Yeah, he's been through it.
Denzel Bentley, Jack Flatley gave him a couple of real hard fights. Grant Dennis on points. I know he needed the rounds after the Sofiane Kati fight. It was a no contest. So I guess he brings the fans. I just think
2K tickets for this.
Yeah. And Jerome Warburton, he's a big lad, the bread maker. Although people will say he struggled with, Jordan Granham in his last fight. But Jordan Granham, he's one of them guys. He's
200 fights, mate. 200 fights.
And he ended it with a win. So made up for him. He did have that loss against Kieran Conway, which some will think, at this level. So, yeah, I've gone for a Nathan Heaney unanimous decision win because I think that Heaney's levels are that bit higher. He's had his run out. He's going to be on a big card, and I think Heaney will lap it up and cruise to a UD win.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I've got the UD as well for Nathan Heaney. So let's move on then. We'll quickly touch on these last 2 fights on the card for us. We're going to do Liam Davis, Francesco Gundelli. This is for the vacant featherweight EBU European and the WBO International. Intercontinental titles. Liam Davis, of course, only got that 1 loss. He beat Kurt Walker last time out. Decent operator. He only lost to Shabazz Massoud, if I remember correctly. And we've got Grandelli, who's 21-4-2. He's lost to Lorente and Nat Collins, who fight each other in a rematch soon. How are you seeing this one go, my brother?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough fight for Liam, European level. As you said, Shabazz, Kurt Walker was his last win, UD over 12 rounds. He lost to Shabazz Massoud on a split. A decent win against Eric Robles Ayala. Very good win that was, as was Vincenzo Lafemina. So yeah, he's going to be doing all right, and he's already won the. What was it? Yeah, the EBU and the WBO.
Yeah, he's already got the EBU European, and it's for the vacant.
This vacant
featherweight title.
So this is a natural step up for Liam. He should take it, although Francesco Grandelli's coming off a 3 win-run streak, 2 knockouts and a split decision. The last one being a 17-2-1 Romero, a 5th-round knockout. So it does bring a bit of danger. But what do you think, Jams? Do you think Davis UD?
No, I've got Davis for the knockout, mate. I think he takes Grandelli out. I think Davis is hungry. The Telford man, he's bringing a lot of fans. I think he sold something like 50. Don't quote me on this because it's not a fact. But I think he sold about 1,500 tickets for this. He's got the whole of Telford coming up. He's raised his game. He wants back what Shabazz Massoud took from him. He wants these straps. He wants that vacant featherweight EBU. He wants to win this WBO Intercontinental. He's coming to fight, mate, Liam Davies. Remember, at one point, he was being touted as the guy to, like, dethrone the Kings. He was, like, the Britain's next great hope.
Yeah.
And you don't lose that kind of talent, you know, just because you had one loss and it was by split decision to Shabazz Masood. I think Liam Davies is going to come back and he's going to show us and remind us of what he can do. And I've gone for the TKO round 5 in this one, bro.
TKO round 5. Good one. Good one.
Yeah.
Let's hope it comes.
I think he gets it done. Right, let's move to the last one off this card that we're going to do. Michael Gomez Jr. against Jordan Flynn Danjal. So this is a great fight. Michael Gomez Jr., 21-2-0. He's only got the 6 KOs. He's only been stopped the once, and that was by Reece Bellotti by retirement. He got Jordan Flynn, who's 13-1-1. He's got 2 knockouts and 1 stoppage. He's 29. He got knocked out by Cameron Vong pretty easy. And I've just got a feeling, something about Michael Gomez Jr., he looks like he's got that hunger back, that spite back, like he really needs to prove himself. And that's dangerous for Jordan Flynn because Michael Gomez Jr. has been there, done that. You know what I mean? He grew up in boxing with his dad, the Irish-Mexican, Michael Gomez Sr., of course. He's been there, mate. And if he turns up on form like he looked today at the weigh-in and he did yesterday at the presser, I think Michael Gomez Jr. makes this look pretty easy. What do you think, Neutral?
I mean, there's a couple of guys that they've both faced in Cade Baker, Joshua Ocampo. They've both beaten that guy.
Flynn drew, didn't he, with Kane Baker?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, he beat him on points before that as well.
And drew the rematch.
Yeah, the Cameron Vong knockout was very, sticks in the mind for me. And Michael Gomez has been beset by a couple of injuries last couple of years. He's pretty pissed off, I would imagine, right now. When we interviewed him, he's itching at the bit to get back in that ring and put on a great performance. And what a card to do on Magnificent 7 at the court in Manchester, his hometown, along with a few others. He's got all to play for, and a great performance against Jordan Flynn. And he wants that knockout. He said he's going to get it. Who am I to argue with it? I may not agree with it, but that's what he said.
I've gone for Gomez UD myself.
Yeah,
I think he'll get the UD. I think he'll dominate, but I don't think he'll get the knockout. Flynn's pretty tough. I know Wong took him, but he's pretty tough, Jordan Flynn.
Yeah. He is tough, and that's why I said I think he'll go to a UD win. For Michael Gomez, Cameron Vong has got a big snappy punch on him. I don't think Michael's got that. He'll need to rediscover it. And if he does it, I mean, let it be known that he has got it, and within it, he's 13 knockouts. So,
absolutely,
I just think that the fight he's come back to at that level is going to deny him that knockout victory. I hope not.
Yeah, I agree, matey. I agree. It's got a comment coming. Let's just see what it says. Michael Gomez Jr. at UD, says Hawkan. Yeah, completely agree, matey. That's where we're at. Right, let's move on. Excuse me again. Let's move on to the main event from Las Vegas, where we've got Sebastian Fundora versus Keith one-time Thurman. This is going to be a great fight, mate. This is. Hopefully, we'll be doing the watch-along together, Mr. Neutral. It's going to be a fun one, man. Can one-time roll back the years? Can he do what he used to do? Has he still got that same energy, that same fight, that same dog in him that made him one time? Has he still got that, or will the Towering Inferno just use that range, use that devastating punch power that he's got, and take him out? What's your thoughts, mate? The early thoughts on this one?
As people know, I'm a big Keith Thurman fan. Have been for a long time. He's been in there with the best, seen it, done it at welterweight. 2-time world champion. He's going for another weight division, and he's at that age where making welterweight was just not conducive to performance levels anymore. So he's got the natural step up to 11 stone now, 154 pound. That's going to be well suit him and his style. Now, Fundora's done nothing wrong. since the elbow. Let's put it that way. Okay, because the Mendoza knockout.
That can happen to
No,
anyone.
that can happen. But he come into the Tim Tszyu fight a massive underdog and ended up taking it by split decision from a bloody Tim Tszyu from round 3 and made hard work of it. And he was under pressure for a couple of rounds as well. Now, you know, he's done nothing wrong since. He had the Cordell Booker mandatory, or the old Cordell Booker.
Round 4.
Yeah. Cordell Booker only had a domestic resume at best. No one of note on his resume. So that was a natural favourites win. And then the Tim Tszyu that come back and fought Fundora was not the Tim Tszyu that, you know, an affected Tim Tszyu. So for me, he's not had them unification fights or you know, a high level voluntary fight. He's not had that
fights,
yet.
Isn't it? Them gut checkers where you have to go through the mire to get the result. He's not been there.
Exactly.
He's had it all one way.
He's been a bit
spoiled. The Mendoza fight.
Yeah, he's been a bit spoiled for me. So I think Keith Thurman will bring a reality check to the table. He's got the skill set. He looks in great shape. He's disciplined. He's articulate, as I said before, and he gets fans excited, and he's exciting to watch. He's a bit unorthodox with his attacks, but he's effective. And that unorthodox style could be the undoing of Sebastian Fundora, who you need an unorthodox style to get to because of his height.
Absolutely.
Because his long limbs get in the way of game plans.
Awkwardness. You know, he's so awkward, isn't he?
Yeah. So, you know, you put up a British box against him, he's got very, disciplined British style, jab, overhand right. You're not going to do very well against Fundora. But Keith Thurman, he stoops down, he goes left to right, and he creates angles very well in his fights. He's got an incredible resume. And it's because of that style that is, it does very well. So, and if he clocks Fundora, who I'm not convinced he's got the greatest of chins.
Nope.
He clocks Fundora. It's going to be because he throws in bunches once he's clocked. Once he's hit the target, Keith Thurman knows a wounded animal when he sees it. And I'm pretty sure it could be a stoppage win for Keith Thurman. Big if.
Yeah, man. I'm with you on that, mate. It's a big if, but I'm with you on that. Just look at some of the opponents that Keith Thurman's beat. He's beat Danny Garcia, in his own right, one of the best fighters of the generation. He's beat Showtime Sean Porter. Yep. He's beat Josecito Lopez. He's beat Louis Castillo. Louis Calazzo, rather, not Castillo. Bloody hell, that would be a turn-up. He beat Calazzo. He beat Ghost Martin, Ghost Guerrera. He's beat Mario Barrios. You know what I mean? He's been there, done that. And his only loss came split decision to Pacquiao, of course. And that was close, razor thin.
Razor thin. A great fight. So, and Pacquiao's just as unorthodox with his punching as anybody, in the world at that time.
And he's very favoured by the judges. Let's say that. Let's say, but I'll tell you what, while we come to a little lull in the action here, let's take a quick look at Fundora in one of his best wins.
7 feet reach for Fundora. Lubin not even close to that. Lubin trying to withstand it. A big uppercut. But now Lubin with a shot of his... A left hook landed for Lubin. Oh,
see that left?
Down goes Lubin. Fundora. He's feeling it. Lubin is stunned. Lubin is stunned, but he may make it out of the round. And there's a stiff jab, uppercut. Followed up. And a stiff jab from Lubin.
Keith Thurman's in and out. He's got great movement.
Right hook.
Oh, look at that. See what I mean about he can be caught.
Fundora Fundora's in trouble. Lubin letting him go.
Oh, that nearly put him away.
Major trouble. He is down. Fundora's down.
A Keith Thurman attack and
performance by
then.
Lubin and an answer.
6, 7, 8.
This is why I'm unconvinced about him.
This is a tough one.
Yeah,
as Fundora
that's why
goes
I'm
into the
unconvinced,
body
James.
with that left hand.
And
Uppercut
Keith
connected by
Thurman is a
Fundora. Has him pressed in the
high-level
corner.
boxer.
And another uppercut.
When he's
And
tired,
now the
he's
fight
vulnerable.
is over.
The official TKO.
That was a shame for the stoppage, man, because I tell you what, Lubin was back in that fight, wasn't he? He was back in that
He
fight.
was. And this is
If
why
Thurman
I
catches him with that,
give.
Thurman could lay him out, mate.
And this is why I give Keith Thurman every chance, mate. Every chance.
Same, mate. I've got Thurman TKO around 9, but I tell you what, let's take a look at Thurman in action.
And
That
that's
was
the
awesome,
key.
mate. What a fight. That just brought back goosebumps on me remembering that fight. That was an absolute barnstormer.
Yeah.
Thurman
For
just
me,
landed some sweet-ass shots, man. That's why we call it one time. That left hook was a thing of beauty, wasn't it, Neutral?
absolutely. And for me, he's got the better chin. He's got the better shot selection. He throws the bigger bombs out of the two of them for me. Fundora's chat. For me, he has to work the body. If he can work the body with both arms, those long limbs of his, and really pressure Thurman for 5, maybe 6 rounds, he could break him down, and he could reverse the strategy of Keith Thurman. But it's going to be a great fight because there's 2 opposing styles and 2 opposing physicalities. So it'll be an interesting comparisons to the Erickson Lubin performance, to the Tim Tszyu performance, and now to Keith Thurman stepping up to 154 pound properly. I know the Brock Jarvis fight was 154.
Yeah,
So-
knockout round 3 in Australia, but that was
Yeah.
no real opponent, let's be truthful.
He looked really good doing it, and he's got to
Yeah.
get he's got his ranking, and he's got his first title shot. And look, for me, Fundora is there for the taking. He's there for the taking, and Keith Thurman can do it. He's the man to do it for me.
Yeah, I've got TKO round 9, Keith Thurman. I went for it. I went out on a limb this week. I've took all kinds of risks, and Keith Thurman TKO round 9 was one of them,
We
Neutral.
both did.
I could
we
go
both
from
did.
top to 6th, you know what I mean?
Aye.
I could
I
really
can't
fall
wait for
down
that
the
fight.
table this week, but I had to go with the guys I believe in. So Keith Thurman was that one-time guy. He was my guy. When he burst on the scene with PBC back in like 2016, he was my guy, man. I had to rock with him still. I think he'll bring it back, and I think he's going to knock out the Towering Inferno. I really do.
Let's do it. Come on, Keith.
I can't wait. Let's go, Keith. One-time Thurman. No disrespect to Sebastian Fundora. I've got no hatred for Fundora. I like what he does.
No.
It's just he's not as good as Gabriella.
Yeah, for me, there's other stronger super welterweights there.
Yeah. If Thurman wins, maybe he fights Errol Spence Jr.
Who knows?
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
They're very good friends.
Yeah, true. He is coming back though, Errol, isn't he? He's in the gym, he's working, he's coming back. So it'll be good to see who he goes in with. It'd be nice to see.
I thought
especially now with the Seen Boots and Zayas announced. That's nice.
Yeah. Maybe Charlo can't make 154 pounds again. I did hear that, but
well, yeah, Mole Charlo just pulled out, didn't he, against Armando Resendez? That's why Jaime Munguia's fighting him. So that one's off the cards.
Could be a reason.
So that's not...
Yes, no.
Yeah, well, that pretty much wraps up our weekend preview, Mr. Neutral. My co-founder
so
of
does
Red Corner
me.
Boxing. Thank you as always. And to everyone watching, really appreciate y'all. And we are sponsored by Easy Storage and Boxing Fight Zone. Just going to pull up the copyright infringement so we don't get cancelled by YouTube. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today. We're going to have a little message from... Let's go for the Nuki Bomb ahead of his fight with Shaquille Thompson.
Come on,
all right, guys. It's Brad Pauls, the Nuki Bomb here. Give Red Corner Boxing a like and subscribe. Check them out. Great bunch of lads. Get up, Corner Boys.
Thank you, Brad. And very much good luck, mate, against Shaquille Thompson on Saturday night. We can't wait. I'm going to be doing the watch-alongs. Mr. Neutral has got other engagements, unfortunately, so I will be here on Red Corner Boxing. So look for the links in the live chat. And hopefully me and Mr. Neutral will be there for the Sebastian Fundora Keith Thurman fight later in the evening for the WBC Super Welterweight World title. We hope to see you then. From me, Mr. Neutral, have a great weekend. We hope to see you on Red Corner.
Step in the ring, no fear, all bite, hands up high. We train for this fight, bell gon' ring, it's war on sight. This is boxing life, this is fight night. Sweat on the floor, we grind, we climb. Every bruise on the body means we're